Welcome back, Rankers. You having a good week? I am. Look, Beers, Blokes and Businesses in the top 10 again for the What's Hot in Business podcasts. And one of the main reasons for that is this week we had Will Anderson, funny bloke, on. Really good listen, and you can't shut the bloke up. And why would you? Because he's got a lot of good stuff to say. Now, if I was to say to you, give me $1 and I'll make you $80, what would you do? You'd say probably something like, here's my dollar, Jim. Well, that's what we've just done for a client. We've got an 8,000% return on investment for some advertising spend that we did. And it's probably not where you think it would normally be. It's Facebook. Now, as I've made clear on the show before, I used to be a Facebook hater, and I was converted by Sean Callanan, the guy behind Beers, Blokes and Business, and another bloke on the podcast of the Honey Bar fame, Steve Ellis. And they introduced me to a couple of concepts that are quite new in Facebook. And when I say new, only a few months old. And I'll show you those in a moment. But first of all, I just want to show you this campaign. Okay, we've got 27 conversions here. It started less than a week ago. We've spent a total of $34, and the average transaction value is $100. So, okay, not quite 8,000, thereabouts, a couple of percent. That's a pretty good return in my experience. Now, at the same time, we were running a AdWords display campaign. Now, the AdWords display campaign has netted a grand total of 589 clicks for no transactions. The search campaign has done a lot better. It's got 42 transactions, but it's considerably less return on investment than the $34 that we've spent for our client on Facebook. So I'm not saying that, hey, everyone, go to Facebook, put all your money in there. No, that's not what I'm saying. There is a place for search, as we know. But the power of what Facebook is now able to do for you, and I'm not talking about, I want to just direct this ad at left-handed cobblers in Dandenong. It's not about that. It's more about the custom audiences that you can do. And from our experience and our experiments that we've been doing, what's working really well is a custom audience, so someone who already knows the brand. And in this case, this is what we've done. So we've got a couple of custom audiences here for this client. We've got one which is what we call our website custom audience general. So anyone that's been to the website before, we're remarketing to them essentially, and we're just putting an ad in front of them and saying, here's a special for Easter, go get it. And for the other custom audience that we're running here is people that are in the client's database. And the only way they get into the client's database is if they have made a purchase from our client before. So these are people that know the brand, are familiar with the brand, okay? And they're converting really well. We're getting a click-through rate here on this one of 2.4%, which, by search, it's not that great if it was a search campaign. If it was a display campaign, it would be excellent, but it's not. It's a Facebook campaign, a Facebook display campaign. That is excellent. And you can see here, per conversion, it has cost 88 cents on this particular campaign. That's pretty good. We're doing these campaigns. We're doing one of them as optimized CPM, which basically means, the amount of people that see the ad, you get charged per. So we're getting charged here $9.46 for every 1,000 people that see the ad. So that's pretty good and pretty scary. And it's something else that's pretty weird? And my inner conspiracy theorist, and probably yours, will jump to unwarranted conclusions, but oh well. When we go and have a look at, say, the channel's traffic in Google Analytics, and you can see there, this is, the last week versus the previous week. We can see all the numbers are up, revenue's up, visits are up, paid search is way up, and that's because of the extra campaigns we've been running. And we can see here that, in paid search, we've had 103 make a purchase. In organic search, 146 have made a purchase. But, when we get down to direct, there's purchases being made there. Here's the display campaign that we've run, 0 purchases. But social, only 3 purchases. And then when we have a look at other, 0. And when we have a look at referral, 4. So where's our 27 conversions? Aha, you're saying. Well, Jim, maybe the Facebook conversion pixel is wrong and these aren't real conversions. Maybe there's been a stuff up there. Maybe those numbers aren't correct. Except in the ad, we had a coupon code for the user to use when they made a purchase. So they put the word into the transaction field and that then gives them a discount or a gift. And these numbers here are matching up with the number of people that have used that word. And the only place we use that is in Facebook. So something is a bit skew-if here. And if you don't know what that is, my American friends, it means dodgy. And if you don't know what that means, it means, not right. Something doesn't smell right. So a conspiracy theorist might say, well, Google doesn't want you to know that you're getting really, really good, cheap conversions from Facebook. I don't think it's that. That's what first came to my mind. But I think it's probably more something to do with the way that the analytics code is loaded, something the way the conversion code's loaded. I don't know. We're trying to get to the bottom of it, and I've asked the devs to have a look at it. It's a bit weird. All the code's set up right, all those sorts of things. But these are extraordinary numbers. So a couple of other campaigns that we've just been running for another client for page likes. They had got 44 page likes in a matter of hours for 18 cents per like. Now you might say, well, what's the worth of a page like? Well, there's plenty of studies on that. You can go and Google that, ironically. But here's the thing, with a page like, you're capturing those users. You're getting in those users' faces. Now, I know that there's a lot of other businesses out there that are already scraping UIDs and putting them into custom audiences as well. I think that sort of stuff, those conversions are going to be slightly lower because they're not familiar with the brand. But someone who's already familiar with you, someone who's already bought from you in the past, they're ideal to market to, right? And the other one that we're running currently it's a segmented remarketing audience. And by that I mean it's for people who have been to a specific product page on the site, but they haven't gone to the payment page. So they've looked at a specific product, but they haven't bought it. So what we're doing with those people is that we're doing a special on that product just for those people. And it's got something like a 30% click-through rate. Now, once again, we're not seeing any conversion data at the analytics side. Now, due to the client's site, we can't get the conversion pixel on it. So we don't have the Facebook conversions. But what we can see is sales for that particular item. And they are up. So, but a 27%, 30% click-through rate on a campaign is insane. And we're talking the amount of people we've put this in front of so far is about 150. So it's not nothing. Right? There's 150 impressions of this ad essentially. So we're getting all our clients now set up with these new website custom audiences. We're getting, previously you might say, Facebook's not for me, I'm a B2B. You might be a B2B, but what if someone who knows you, knows your brand, has interacted with you before? They're on Facebook still. And if you're creative about what you're doing and how you're doing it, I think a couple of things to remember is, one, make sure you're advertising to people who already know you. I mean, there's things like the lookalike audiences, which will give you far greater reach. You're going to get a lower conversion rate. But people who already know you, higher conversion rate, and have some really good visuals on the ad, okay? Because that's what people will just almost like or click without even thinking, if it's a great visual. And that one I told you about, the the 44 likes just in a matter of hours for 18 cents per like, they had really nice visuals. So they're the things to remember. Good custom audiences, segment them down to people who you want to specifically target and give them something that specifically relates to an action that they've had or done in the past, and also have some really strong visuals. And if you want to get some double monitoring set up, so you're not just trusting Facebook's numbers and you're not just trusting Google Analytics numbers, use something like a coupon code where you can track it yourself. And that's it for this week's show. And don't forget to check out Beers, Blokes and Business, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.